Hello everyone, back again for another Sunday for the Observer's Everyman cryptic crossword. It's a bit late in the day, it's just gone 2 o'clock, so let's get to it. Right, one across. Otherwise lying about the French exam. Well, when we see the French, are we taking the French word for the, which would be le or la, lying about, and that's, would a word for otherwise be around la or la for exam? What about oral, like an oral exam? Otherwise, yeah, or lying about. Does that work? Yeah, let's see, let's check the down clues. 2 down. Train users conveniences. Bars containing source of merriment. Train users conveniences. Maybe something to do with rail, like rail cards or railways or something. Bars containing source of merriment. I'm not seeing that one at the moment. Let's go 3 down. Exhibits flaws for free. Is that going to be like a double definition? Exhibits flaws? Like shows off or... Not doing too well with these downs here. Let's try and keep going with them though. 6 down. Australian engages in deep thought, causes hilarity. Maybe... I'm guessing causing his hilarity is going to be the definition. Australian, maybe just A. Is going to be engaged in, maybe amongst cinema for deep thought. Not seeing that one. Let's go 9 down. Spicy mix. Frenchmen embraced by Australians. Sadly, tabloid up for describing them. 5 and then 6 letters. I'm thinking sadly might be alas. A spicy mix. I'm just going to try this. Garam masala? Because there's alas at the bottom. I said tabloid would be a rag. Australians? Something to do with the A's. Oh, okay, so we're having A for just a single Australian, and if we have 2 A's, that's Australians. And I think that's the same for the Frenchman, because Frenchman can just be M for Monsieur. And if we have 2 of them, more than one, then we have Frenchman. And they're embraced by the Australians, the 2 A's. And then we've got the sadly, alas, going up, as well as rag for a tabloid going up. I don't know what indicates the Frenchman and the Australians being embraced by the sadly and tabloid. But, I mean, we've got all the individual components of it, so guessing that's garam masala. Let's go 15 across. Collect collection of glam assistants. Well, That's a hidden clue. If you amass something, you collect something. You can see amass hidden there. Let's go 15 down. Backup donkey in pole position. Well, donkey is an ass in pole position. Back up. I mean, when I think of poles, like pole position in this context would be like, coming first at like the Grand Prix, but pole position, thinking of like the North and South Pole, that'd be like the Arctic, but I don't know how that would be a donkey. Let's put it in, because I don't see anything for donkey in that. Yeah, so I don't know if Arctic would be. Nah, let's consider that later. Let's go 19 across. Scratching backsides of stain, low quality bathroom product. Backsides of stain? Maybe the N? Low quality bathroom product. Not seeing that one at the moment. Let's go 22 across. Small, almost bold, with dignity regularly stripped, that man, telltale treacherer. So I'm guessing it's going to be a telltale treacherer as the definition. So small, maybe we're having S here, which would be part of like ass for donkey, I'm sure. Like, is backup, like, is that assist? So look, ass for the donkey, IST. So it would be donkey, ass, in pole position. Oh, like, as I said before, if you're in pole position, you're first. But instead of like, number one, we're using an I and having ST. So yeah, there we go. Assist to back up. I'm going to go back down to 22 across. So small, almost bold. So maybe taking most of the letters of bold. With dignity, regularly stripped. Maybe we're taking every other word from dignity. Would that be DGIY or INT? INT would make more sense. Or maybe we're doing almost bold, as in like taking the outer letters off. No, I don't know if that would work. With dignity, regularly stripped. I like the INT somewhere like that, but it wouldn't be saint, would it? That man, telltale treacher, like him. I remember it's 5235. Could be something like something of the something. Let's come back to that one. Try and get some of the down clues. Heard last word of Silent Night. Sidearm? Question mark. Heard last word of Silent Night. Is that, are we going to be taking the last word of Silent Night and having a homophone substitute for it for like heard? Not sure. Let's go 23 across. Small, minimal amount of money, sub. Another small again, so is that S? Is it, could it be like a C? That's a small minimum amount of money. What would sob be? To like cry or weep or something like that. Oh, okay, so yeah, weep. So we've got small, we're actually using we as a substitute for small rather than just S, and a small amount of money would be 1 penny, 1 pence, and that can be substituted just for the P. And then we get a synonym for sob there. Let's go 16 down. Adult joke, curt oath, good to recall. So that's 5 and 2 letters. I mean, it has to be up, right? Good to recall. Well, what's the definition here? Adult. Hmm. Adult is a grown-up. Joke. Curt oath. Well, a joke is a pun. What is a curt oath? Like an oath is an oath like a vow, but it's curt, so maybe it's cut short. So we just got the OW. And good, just G for good, and we're recalling that, i.e. reversing it. I like it, but I'm not sure how. It's the oath part that I'm wondering. Like swore or swear. Let's go back to 19 across. Low quality bathroom product. I mean shampoo fits there. Scratching backsides of stain. Low quality bathroom. Low quality. Could low quality be like sham? Apologies, had to make a cut there. Yeah, I'm not sure how the wordplay's working with that, but I like shampoo. Shampoo fits. Let's go 20 down. Heard last word of Silent Night, sidearm. Trying to work backwards what a sidearm would be. Like a pistol, but maybe pieced. Going back here, we have that N, maybe from the every other letter in dignity, so where would that fall? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so in T H, that man would be he, so that works in the telltale could be part of the wordplay. Snake in the grass would be a treacherer. Oh, a telltale. If if you're a snitch, if you're a telltale, you grass on someone. So we've got S for small. We've got almost, like most of the letters of naked, which is another word for bold. And then with every other word, dignity, every other letter of dignity. So we're taking the regular letters of dignity, the I, the N, the T. And then, so we're stripping those out. And then that man, he. And then follow that by a telltale of grass to get a treacherer, a snake in the grass. Okay, let's go 16 across. Explain away before stint of bowling England's third defeat. I mean, I'm thinking of it's a third defeat, like what would that be? A grand slam? It'd be like the opposite of that, like a wooden spoon or something. Maybe explain away. Would that be like grandstanding before a stint of bowling? I don't know anything about, like, is that bowling with like cricket or something? Because I don't know anything about cricket. England's third defeat. Let's try this 17 down, see if we get an A as the first letter. For fun, circle that guy that's eaten pasty up. For fun, circle that guy that's eaten pasty up. For fun, would that be on a whim? So circle that guy. That guy would be him. That's eaten. Oh, so like is that pasty rather than pasty? That's eaten pasty up. So a circle would be the O. And that guy would be him. And that's eating. Yeah, it's pasty. So if you're one, you're like ashen, you're pasty. So that's eaten by circle the O and that guy him to get on a win. So that's not Grand Slam. Let's come back to that one. 24 across. Stingy Everyman starts to audit nibbles. So Everyman, usually I am or I'm or I, or in this case it's looking like me. And starts to audit nibbles, so we're taking the first letters, the starts to audit and nibbles, which would be A-N. So if you're stingy, you're mean. So we've got me for Everyman and starts to audit and nibbles, A-N to get mean. Or another word for stingy. 14 down, daft analogous rose-tinted view. So we've got a G and an A there, so are we anagramming analogist? Is daft a anagram indicator? How many letters in analogist? 7, 8, 9, yeah, so that would work. And a rose-tinted view would be nostalgia. So yes, daft is an anagram indicator, and we're anagramming analogist, and if we anagram that, we get nostalgia, which is another way of saying rose-tinted view. 21 across. Confronted with a puzzle for no monetary gain. 214. This is looking like it might be a double meaning. For no monetary gain, that would probably be at a loss. And if you're confronted by a puzzle, if you're wondering what's going on, like with some of these clues here, you're at a loss. It's a nice double definition. Here we go, another confront. 18 across. Down. Confront second attempt at exam about Sweden. We got S's in there for Sweden. What is the country code for Sweden? Is it SE? No, that'd be like Senegal or something. Because SW, well, I guess SW wouldn't be Switzerland. That would be like, I don't know, CH or something like that. Maybe we're just having S for Sweden. Confront second attempt at exam about Sweden. So, second attempt at an exam would be a resit. And we're putting resit about Sweden, which is just an S. And we get resist, which would be another word for confront. Okay, have to be able to get this now. Back to 16 across. So maybe explain away, would that be gloss over? Gloss over. So a stint of bowling is an over. I know just about that much. And a third defeat. Well, a defeat would be a loss. Okay, so here we go. So before a stint of bowling, which is an over, before that we're putting England's third, which is literally the third letter of England, the G, and then a defeat, which is a loss. And so we're putting that before a stint of bowling and over to get gloss over, which would be explain away. Okay, 14 across. High state and somewhat saturnine pallor. Well, the use of a high state, I'm guessing we're meaning high as in like, you know, mountainous. Because I think, how many of like the world's tallest mountains are in Nepal? Isn't it like 80% of them or something like that? It's a high number, including Everest. So I think we're literally meaning high as in literal altitude, rather than a high state of like, I don't know, consciousness, like reaching a Zen state. But so yeah, so somewhat that's a hidden word indicator, and it's hidden within, I don't even know what Saturnine means, but yeah, it's hidden within these two words, Nepal. And that's literally a high, as in like altitude state. Let's go 7 down. Besides a balloon. That A in there, I'm guessing I'm going to start the two, well, the first word with A. I'm guessing it's the definition is besides. What's another word for balloon? Like balloon in like the verb sense. Like swell. There we go. Balloon, swell, as well. Yeah, fairly straightforward. Definition is besides, and we've got A, literally that A there, and another word for balloon. which would be to swell. Then we get as well, which is another word for besides. Let's do 10 down because I've got quite a few letters there. Dancer crashed a van twice. Opal, not electric. Crashed must be an anagram indicator, and we're anagramming. So we've got 11 letters to work with. A van, are we doing that twice? Opal, there's the O from there. Would be too many letters, wouldn't it? Maybe A, 2 vans? Okay, so it's gonna be the name of a dancer. Is that somebody? Pavlova? I'm not good with my dancers, but we've got, what letters would we have left? If we're having van twice, we'd have 2 N's left. And E, another A, so I'm guessing Anne Pavlova? Is that a dancer? It's probably a really famous dancer and I'm just ignorant. But we'll go with that for now. 12 across. Crime of stolen goods, receiver. Well, someone who sells stolen goods on would be offence. We're actually taking the actual of there to get offence, which is a crime. Okay, so Anne's looking like it's the right first name. It's probably going to end up being like something like Nina Pavlova, isn't it? It's just tricking me. Okay, 5 down. Acronomic bargain offering, gratis, of a fair. That would be like, acronomic bargain offering would be like bog off, meaning buy one, get one free. And that's the start of each of those letters, isn't it? Yeah, bog off. I thought well, I don't know, I didn't know that bog off would be considered one word. But that seems to be it. 4 across. Round houses. Well, I think it's literally meaning a building, a house where you'd have rounds, which would be either a pub or a bar. So I think pubs works there. 4 down. Boat 21. Boat 21. I'm not sure about that one. No. That's another word for a boat. That would mean 21. Not a pontoon. Trying to think of another word for a boat. Like a cruiser, or a skiff, or a... Let's come back to that one. Let's go back to... You see, I really want to make sure this is right, because there's always something like this that would be the wrong, where you think you have it, but you just look at it again to make sure it's right. Because what's this not electric part here? Does that mean we're not using the E? Would it be Anna Pavlova? Because which part are we using twice? Is it literally a van twice? Or is it just van? I mean, Anna Pavlova sounds better to me. So let's try and... So we've got a van there, a van there, and then OPL without the E. I think that's what it is. I think it's Anna. Unless it's like Anna. That is good. I think it's Anna. That makes more sense with the wordplay. Um, let's go. Let's do this. 8 across. Detective's helper having gang sign. Families worried. Detective's helper having gang sign. Families worried. Are we? Is worried like? Is that an anagram indicator? Are we anagramming? Detective's helper. Where's the definition word? I've got three letters of the five there. Oh, detective's helper would be a magnifying glass. There is family certainly in there. I think it's, yeah, I think we're literally anagramming, what's that, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so we're anagramming the whole of gang sign families. Worried would be the anagram indicator. And anagramming all that, we get a helper of a detective, which a magnifying glass would help a detective finding clues. So that one's straightforward, and it works without Anna, which I'm more confident of that now. Now that I've used up all the wordplay for that removing the electric. Let's go 3 down. Exhibits flaws. That's gonna be lays. Like if you, I'm guessing floor. If you floor someone, and you might have them in awe, or you astound them. Exhibits like lays it on, lays down, lays off. Surely that has to be lays. Don't think it could be anything else. Let's come back. Let's see if we can do any of the acrosses to help us there. 2 down. Train users conveniences. Bars containing source of merriment. That's gotta be. Is it like railroads? Bars containing source of merriment. Let's come back and swing back around to that one. Let's go 6 down. Australian engages in deep thought, causes hilarity. So if you cause hilarity, I guess you amuse someone. So there's the Australian. Engages in deep thought. If you mull something, if you think about something, you muse on it. So yeah, Australian muses, amuses. If you amuse someone, you cause hilarity. So 11 across. Don't think we looked at this one, did we? Gentleman Wanting company reflected, it brings warmth. Is a gentleman like a sir? Wanting company. Maybe a company reflected, maybe having LTD like limited or just CO for company. With reflecting it, I reversing it. It brings warmth. I guess wanting company could mean it lacks that. Company reflected, it brings warmth. Sriracha, not sirloin, not, I was thinking, yeah, imagine it brings warmth is the definition. Or maybe it is part of the fodder. Something like a candle or a sconce or flashlight or something like that. Let's come back. Airman sat about. He was once good, they say. Okay, so Samaritan. So we're anagramming. Airman sat. We're putting that about to get Samaritan, and well, he was once good, they say. Good Samaritan. Is that rail cards? What is this? Bars containing source of merriment. And if we get C there, then that would be the C in part of company. Let's go back to 3 down. Exhibits flaws. Lays out. I guess if you lay someone out in the boxing ring, you floor them. If that works there. Let's get rid of this I, because it might be distracting me. Brings warmth. Is it like an item of clothing? So we put the C here. Is this the what is it again? Like the like Sirocco or something like that. I'm sure that's like a wind or a gust or something. Is that? Let me work this out. Because that's company reflected. And there's would it be another C? Because that does ring a bell is it Is it like in the like Sahara or something like that? There's wind, like a wind current. Like El Nino and stuff like that. Let's go back to here and think this has to be rail cards, right? Like, hmm. Oh, so we've got bars. Another word for a bar would be a rail, and that contains a source of merriment. Is a card a source of merriment? Or is it carts? Is a cart a source of merriment? Um, is cart a synonym for merriment? Like a cartwheel, like if you're rail cards, rail. I mean, hmm, what else would that be? Source of merriment. Uh, Maybe I have to come back to this one. Maybe well, we've only got two other clues left. Um, let's go 20 down. Heard last word of Silent Night side on. And a piece would be a side on. I'm guessing the last word of Silent Night would be peace, as in Peace. Um, in heavenly peace, maybe, yeah. Okay. Side on would be a piece like a gangster film, like a piece of pistol side on. Is this is pontoon? Yeah, I think I said that earlier. Yeah. Um, I don't know. That means 21, or is that how many are in a pontoon? I would have thought the. Oh, it's the card game, isn't it? Silly me. Yeah. Card game, the pontoon, which is like another name for like blackjack or 21. And yeah, a boat is a pontoon. So those were. I was hoping that I'd spend more time on those two to give me more time to think and reflect on two down. But I am I'm pretty sure that's what that wind is called, Sirocco or something. Wanting company reflected. So we've got company there and we've got it reflected. Okay. I think we might just have to roll the dice on this if I can't figure it out. Because we're already around 42 minutes into this. But let's try and figure it out. The dead air is not going to be good whilst I try and figure this out. Do. So I'm confident with the bars part of the rails, and they contain a source of merriment. I mean, if you play cards, I guess a card as a source of merriment, like a greeting card or a, because rare cards doesn't make sense. I was trying to think of like where they like food carts that they have on like railways, but I think rail cards makes more sense. I'm gonna go with rail cards. I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully it's right. If it isn't, please let me know. I think I'm the only other one I wasn't sure of was Anna Pavlova. Again, probably a very famous dancer, and I'm just being ignorant. But after working it out with the not electric, I think it is Anna rather than Anne. I think Anna just sounds more likely because I guess a lot of, is she Russian? I'm going to sound even more ignorant now. A lot of Russian names, well, the female versions of names, they end a lot of time in A. Uh, I think I'm pretty much confident with everything else. It's just rail cards. Um, but I'm gonna trust my gut and go with rail cards. But thank you again for watching this week. Hopefully I'll be back again next week. Really enjoying the doing commentary on these. Glad I've managed to find some time the last few weekends. I hope you come back next week.